Alright, welcome back everybody to Empyrion Galactic Survival Creative Mode. I'm KnowItAllDM. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing great today, hanging out, well, on my creative mode, as I said. Now, today I'm going to go through a advanced building process to create large points of interest in creative mode. You can also do this to create large bases and the like out of a bunch of smaller structures. Now, this is similar, in fact, it's almost identical to using the modular stuff. In fact, it's the same thing, except for instead of making, you know, a small little modular settlement or something, I'm making a Zirax City. Now, I've already made one city. I need to make 9 more, but we're just going to go through the process of making one city. Now, I just recently bought a headset, and I'm testing it out as well, so if you guys have any problems hearing me or the game or anything, just let me know, and I'll tweak my settings and the such. But anyway, so right now we've got a Zirax settlement that I've already put together, and I will show you how I did it, but building, you know, a different city. Now, this Zirax City has the drone base for the planet in the city and is surrounded by a whole lot of turrets. Now, these turrets, if you try to go in God mode like I am and get hit with them, they'll slow down your frame rates a lot. So, better off to just die and restart. You know, if you're playing in the in survival mode and all that. Now, assaulting a city like this would be extremely difficult because of all the turrets and because of all the additional, well, let's just say there's a whole bunch of Zirax that live in this city. So, yeah, but there are ways to get in there and disable the city, and I will leave that up to you guys to figure out exactly what you want to do if you want to do this when my custom scenario comes out. These Zirax cities will be used on a Zirax settled planet in my custom series, the Dark Heart series. So, in any case, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start working on the next settlement. This is actually settlement number 10. I started with 10 because I was with the drone base. Let me get my notes here. Okay, so I didn't do a radio tower, so that's out. I didn't need a radio tower either because everything else fit just perfectly. Let's see, housing. I've got all the housings. Everything has housing. Every city has a facility. Where is the... Okay, so there's this one. This is what I want right here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and we're going to do just one of the random cities. Let's try City 8. So City 8 is going to have just a lot of regular stuff, which is fine. That makes it easy. Alright, so in order to start this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move over to here and start a new city. Now, I've gone ahead and created all the stuff we need. The city base right here, this is what we want for the city. Now, the sewer system in this city is now partially under the ground here. And we could dig it out if we wanted to, but I don't it's not necessary. Let's see. The red light is on. That means I need to reset the defenses. Reset. Okay. The first thing we're going to want to do, and the first thing I'm always going to want to do when I set up a Zirax city like this, is I'm going to want to find the front of it, which is over here, right here, which has temporary switches that TMP, temporary, that activate the sentries, the turrets, and the spawners. And I'm going to replace those with let's see, now a lot of that terrain should disappear when I log out and back in. But anyway, I'm going to replace that with the security building, which is this building right here, which I'm going to want to put inside the city, but you can't just place it in the city and there you go. No, you got to place it outside the city because it won't let you place it inside the city areas. So I place it out there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into here, type in ENTS. Now what I need to do, let me go rename this city. This is going to be Zirax City 10. Zirax is the name of the planet that is colonized by the Zirax. So this is Zirax City 10. This is Zirax City Base. I'm going to rename this Zirax City 8. I'm not doing them in order just because I randomly decided to choose things. So this will be Zirax City 8, like so. Did not rename it because I didn't press enter. Stupid know-it-all. 8. Enter. Okay. Zirax City 8. Now, when I do this ENTS, that'll give me 10. That's Zirax City 8 and the Zirax Security. And that'll give me the rotations and the locations and all that. So I'm going to want to do set rotation of 32 to 0, 0, 0. And that'll set my city on the grid of the planet. Now I'm going to want to do the same thing to the Zirax Security. That way they're on the same grid location. Now what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to move this building into one of these 5x10 slots. Now I'm thinking I want to put this security building probably like in one of these here, because the other one I put off on the edge, which is fine, you know, but I want to switch up the designs of the city so that they're all different. So I think I'm going to put this one, it's already angled that way, but I want to rotate it. I want to put it right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom back. I'm going to do set rotation 33. Now this middle one is the only one you want to change on the planet, otherwise it tends to tilt the buildings, which that's fine, but it makes it kind of weird. So I'm just going to go ahead and do 90-degree turn just like that, and if I look in here, this will tell me which way the entrance is. The entrance is over here. So what I'm going to want to do, I want the entrance the opposite direction. So instead of 90 to 70, and that should... That didn't flip it around. Why did that not flip it around? I'm confused. Let's see, because 180 plus 90, because if I do 180, it's like that, plus 90, 8 plus 9 is... Or 9, yeah, 9, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, it should be 270, which should put the... I'm confused. Why is 90 and 270 the same? Maybe it's not. I don't know. But now the entrance is on... No, the entrance is on this side. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm weird. Okay. Anyway... yeah, I thought the entrance was on the wrong side from what it was. Anyway, we're going to now move it to there. So I want to go ahead and do ints again. So I get the stuff put back down at the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and go set position 33. And now if you look at the position of the Zirax City 8, I'm going to directly copy probably this one, and definitely that one. So let's go ahead and see what that does if I do negative 258, 76.8, and then let's just do negative 800.3. So that puts it down here. I want to move it up to there. So let's move that to 850. That puts it closer. And so we're going to want 875. That's really close. Let's do 873. And that's almost dead right where we want it. Let's go ahead and make the light come back. Light back. No time. Yeah, let's just do it like that. That should be good. The sun's right up in the sky. We're perfect. Okay, so now the building is actually exactly where we want it. So what we're going to want to do, we're going to want to go ahead and do merge structs. I want to merge 32 and 33. Now, you want to put 32, the base, first, so that the core of the base stays in the same place. And 33 is going to be the building that becomes part of 32. So I do that, and it's merge structs with an S. There we go. And it'll say repositioned and rotated. You can now run the same command with the EX flag. What that does, what it just now did is rotated it and positioned it so it's on the exact same grid and rotation as Zirax City 8. We already did that manually just so that we could get it in the right position. Now we want to do this with negative EX, enter. And that merges the two buildings into one. So now we've got the security building here, and those triggers on the outside over here, we can just go ahead and remove them because they are completely useless, or they will be momentarily. So we're going to go ahead, take the symbols off the outside, like so. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to key the triggers in here to the signal logics that we want them on. So this will be turrets. This one will be sentries. And this one down here will be spawners. Like so. And this one on the very top up here, what I'm going to need to do, I'm going to need to come to here, get rid of that, and then rename you as reset. Now that I've got all that done, all of the triggers here should still work, but using these switches as the thing. Now to test that out, what we can do, come down here, you'll see the red lights will come on, and when we come up here and flip the security switch, those lights should have gone off, but they didn't. So what we're going to have to do is check these in here. The signals that would have gotten messed up is reset here, active security potentially here and here, because that's, you know, the thing there, and sentries, spawners, and then with turrets, the turrets we're going to have to go around and individually, these should already be keyed, but if we add more turrets, they're going to need to be keyed to the turrets thing. Now, if we switch that, the lights go off because we reset the active security thing. Now, with this, I'm going to want to key this light to active security and this light to active security, so we don't have to go outside and check. And when you're inside trying to turn off the security, you know, you'll see, you know, the way it works. Now, with these, I'm going to need to go ahead and key you straight to turrets, and I'm going to need to key you, all of you guys, to sentries. Like so. Not spawners, sentries. Okay. Because when you merge the buildings, it eliminates all of these keys and such. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that. Now with the equipment, I want to set all of the equipment to public. So we're going to do this as we add things. And from now on, I'm going to try to do that before I click the auto group button. So I can just go ahead and do this. And most of these are actually in the central core, which I really ought to have keyed to be like this anyway. But I'm also going to have to key some of the doors, like the ones on the elevator in this building. Okay, so let's go and manually key these, like so. There you are. Now what I'm doing, see the lock code 0000 is public. That way when players come near them, they don't have to blow them up. They'll automatically open. But since it's going to have an alien core, I have to do that, and so that the players can access it. Otherwise, it'll say, you know, hostile faction unable to access. Now, these down here, I don't want to go ahead and I don't want them to be able to access these from the under here. And up here, there's a secret door that you can go in and out from the sewer system directly into this building. So if you wanted to shut off those, shut off all the security and stuff without triggering the security, you could come up through here and access it from under here using your jetpack to get up there. So now that we've got that, I think I just triggered... No, I didn't trigger the security. If I come down here, security is triggered. Let's flip the switch. And what that does, when the red lights are on, it's not just the red lights. These also, as you'll see, if I come down here, these should activate. Spawners on. I don't know why it didn't activate. Because the spawner is still off. That's weird. Let's try spawners on. Do I have to... Maybe I have to change active security on this as well. I don't know. I don't know why that's not triggering correctly. Off. And... Because on the other city, as you can see when I go over there, on this other city over here, you'll see I have the spawners there. And when you get down here, they activate. And all the spawners cut on. And they're keyed to the exact same thing. Spawners on, follow, spawners on, active security. And to shut it off, I have to come back into, where's the building? Over here. And I just flip that. And they all went off. So I should be able to do the same thing over here. But I'm afraid... Alright, let's see. What about the turrets? This turret is off. Alright, I should have just that should... Does that not activate the, or are you still flipped on? Yeah, you're still flipped on. Alright, turn you off. And then if I come out here, that activates the red lights. But not the sensor. That's weird. Now I'm confused. Because these should all be fine. I know that's working. I know that's working because the lights are set to spawners on, sentries on. This is weird. This is not working the way it should. Unless, hold on. Maybe I have to do this, that, and that. There we go. There we go. Now they're all on, because I had to reset all the switches to make sure they were keyed to that. There we go. Okay. So the spawners and the turrets come on and off like that. Unfortunately, there's no lights on the turrets that you can tell whether they're on or off. But, yeah. Okay. So now we've got the primary triggers set up for the city. So I'm going to go ahead and do save as Zirax City 8. Save. Okay, so now that I've got the primary triggers and everything set, my next goal is to set up the city elements that are required for the entire city. And as you'll notice, the terrain has slowly flattened itself, mostly just by me being around here, like it's supposed to when it spawns in. Okay. So now I want to add the important things that everything has: a medical facility. All of them have a medical facility. All of them have at least one cargo facility. The other one has 2. And all of them have a factory to fill up one of the large spaces. Now, the other large ones are arena. What was it? Arena. The drone base takes up a large one and one of those. Greenhouse. And I think that's it. But we can combine some of these smaller ones, like a couple of housing things or whatever, to make a 10 by 10 area. So let's see. We've got... everyone's got a security office. City 8 does not have a greenhouse nor an arena. Yeah, City 8's going to be kind of just boring. Let's see about the other things that I've got listed here. This one doesn't even have defense towers. Yeah, City 8's probably your best bet if you just want to storm a city. One of your best bets, anyway. So what we're going to do, we've got these 3 primary ones, which go everywhere, that we're going to put in there. And then we're going to want to put... I'm probably going to want to add a few more cargo things in here. So let's go ahead and bring out... three. So we're going to have 4 cargo. Housing. Let's see. Where's small housing? I'm probably going to want to combine a couple of these small housing buildings into a larger housing facility. But I'm going to spawn in probably about 8 or 9 of these. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go ahead, spawn in 1 more. Like so. Alright, so now that we've got all of those, let's see. Now the smaller things we're going to want probably at least 1 restaurant, maybe 2. We may want a park, but we're going to probably want some statues in there too. So let's go ahead and put the primary things in there. The medical, one of the cargos, and the factory. So let's go ahead and do ints, and then set rotation. We're going to have to start with 34. And then do all this. And keep doing this until 37 or 47. And there we go, 47. Now they're all angled along with the city. Let's start with the factory. Now, I don't want the factory to just be, you know, boring in there. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate it. I'm going to rotate the factory. Let's go ahead and do another ints to bring that down. All right. I want to rotate factory, which is 36. I want to rotate it to 0180 so that it just flips around. And I'm going to put it right here. So in order to get it there, what I want to do, I want to go set position 36. Let's try negative 265. 76.8, negative 90915. So that gives me a close estimate of where I'm going. If I'm going this way, I know that that is putting me closer right there. And now I want to see if I do 4, that goes the wrong way. So if I do 80, that'll put me there. And then 83. Let's go back to 82. That puts me close to there. Merge structs. 30, not 36 first. I want, what is it? 32, 36. And there we go. Now we've got the factory in Zirax City 8. Now the factory should... crap. I didn't put it right where I wanted to do. What if I do this? Can I do that? No. Well, crap. Alright, so this is what we're going to want to do because it merged it to the wrong place. I needed to merge it one more block over this way. So, let's see what we've got here. That merged it into there. Okay, when you screw up like that, it's actually easier to fix than you think. Because they added the selection thing. Which that's all I call is the selection thing. Because I don't know what to call it. But I have used this numerous times throughout the building process during building for my... for my custom scenario, because I tend to need a lot of duplicates of things and stuff like that. So, all right, now I've got the entirety of the building selected. So what I want to do, I want to go cut, paste. I can move it one square over, paste, and now that building is where I want it. This part here, however, I want to take from right over here, remove selection, select that, and then now I want to copy, and then paste, paste. Now this underground section should be identical to the way it was before I screwed up. So now I can get rid of that, and I fixed it. So now let's turn the security back off because I keep turning it. I might as well just do this, but I want to remember to turn it back off before I save it the final time. So now we've got the factory and the security in. Let's go ahead and throw the medical. I'm going to put the medical over here along the wall, I think. Or maybe over here. Or should I put it over there? No, I'm going to put it over here. So I'm going to actually... I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. Set rotation 34 0 180 0. Then set position 34. It's about the right this way. See, I keep forgetting if the first or the second or the first or the where is it? The first or the last position is correct. So I know this is the height. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just go ahead and do negative 300, 76.8, negative 1,000, and see where that puts it. Now that put it way over there. So I don't want it to be quite 1,000. Let's do 900. That puts it there. 980. That puts it there. 310 puts it. No, not 3,100. 310 puts it there. So 350 puts it there. So 250 will put it over here. How about 220? 233. And then I keep doing that. Why do I keep doing that? 45, that's good enough. 34, no. 31. 31.5. Now if I merge structs, 32, 34, it should. Now let's double check, make sure it's in the right place so I don't have a snafu mess up like I did with the factory. Alright, so we've got it merged pretty well. Now the sensors to turn the security on are only on these main roads here, not the back road back there, except like that back block on this is not, but all of the rest of these are, but these back roads are not. But the middle roads are and everything. So, okay, I've got this in here, but it's in the exact place I need it. So let's go ahead and just do it with the -EX tag, and it puts it in and removes the core. So now we've got the medical, but what we're going to want to do with the factory and the medical, we're going to want to set things to be usable. I don't really need any codes or anything, like, or any whatchamacallit, sensors in either of these, because the only things that I'm worried about are the doors and such. So let's go ahead and make these like so. I don't want to go down all the doors, because if I did that, it would make the ones underground accessible, which I don't want. I want you to have to blast your way through the underground doors if you're going to go underground. I don't really need to do these cargo boxes, or I'm not going to do the fuel tanks. I don't need to do the cargo boxes because the cargo boxes you can access anyway because they are, it's an alien core, and you're basically looting the alien, thing. The only one that cargo boxes are not accessible is if it's a player admin core. So, shutter door, shutter door. All the rest of those will automatically work. Okay, so now, one thing I do want to do, I want to go down these spawners. All of these need to say Zirax, have one of each, male, laser, and shotgun. And then just have all this all the way up, so that the Zirax spawn in when you get close to the building. Actually, yeah. I don't know why that one's not, but let's go ahead and all the way do that. So when you get close to the city, all the Zirax that live in the city spawn in. The thin plates, the ones that are blended in with the surrounding areas, are supposed to be like inhabitants of the city, and the ones that are not are ones that teleport in, and the ones that are not the thin plates are the ones that are they're not Zirax, they are the turret robots. So let's go back up to the Zirax male, laser, and shotgun. I'm waiting for them to put female Zirax in here because nobody knows what a female Zirax looks like. All the ones in here are male. Of course, being that they're potentially clones of each other, makes it so that they're just cloning an army, and maybe Zirax women aren't physically fit for combat. Maybe they're more intelligent, or the leaders, or maybe they're used as sex slaves. You don't know. It's an alien species. Maybe they don't have women. Maybe the females all died out because they're all clones. Look at the Sontarans from Doctor Who. But in any case, I want to see a female Zirax in the game, just to see what they do with them. But that's just my interest in seeing what they do with the game. And Zirax shotgun. Okay, so all of those are set. Everything in here that needs to be done is done. So I can do this like so, and we're golden. So we've got the factory, which you can enter the factory through its upper tubes, or you can enter it from the side. But here's the thing. All these turrets will shoot at you unless you have a small vessel small enough that you can fly down and take some hits and then land right in here. Which, theoretically, it's possible. I've got a small vessel small enough to go in there, the mini-pod. I mean, if I just spawn in a mini-pod, it wouldn't be too difficult to go in there. But the mini-pod wouldn't be able to take many hits at all from that. So you'd have to have something a little more armored than a mini-pod. Which I think I could probably create something if I decided to. But in any case, let's go ahead and throw one of the cargo facilities down. And then I'm going to call this an episode. I'll probably go ahead and populate the rest of it myself. Or if you guys want to see more of this type of content, just leave a comment down below and let me know. So let's go ahead. That first, we're going to go ENTS, not Ettins. Ettins are monstrous giants with 3 arms, I believe. Or is it 2 heads? Is it 3 heads? I don't know. No, Ettins are 2-headed giants, I believe. Anyway, Zaxil Cargo. We're going to want to, let's see. I want to put the cargo district over here. So I've got 4 cargo facilities. I'm going to want to put them here, here, there, and here. Or maybe over here. Or over there? Nah, I want to put it over here. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 right here for the cargo. So if you wanted to go from one to the other, you could just go into underground and pop up in, you know, in the whatchamacallit underground, in the sewers, cargo boxes and all that. Because there is an entrance and exit to those from the underground as well. Most buildings, in fact, have an entrance and exit from the underground, except for the really small ones, and the central core does not. But anyway, so let us go ahead and go. I'm just going to go ahead and do set position of 35, negative 200, and I'm just, you know, eyeballing this. Of course, 76.8 because that's the height. Negative 850. Okay, that put it close. You put it in the district. So I'm going to do 855. That's close enough for there. And then that was 200, wasn't it? Let's do 220. 230. 855. 230. 233. Okay, now that's close. I might have to back it up a bit. So let's do 232 right there. Merge structs 32 and 35. There you go. You've got those. You've got that centered and where it should be. And you'll notice this actually does have a sensor that opens high up, but I'm going to have to rekey that. Okay. So now I'm going to have to reset this sensor here. And I'm going to have to do this for every one of the cargoes. Let's extend you to there. Let's see. Do this so that you're all the way up. But I've got it in here so that it is just at the top so that it won't activate, like, you know, when you walk in, except for the fact that those doors, their personal sensors activate when you walk in anyway. So, but we've got that like so. All the cargo boxes you can access anyway. This, we're going to want to go with this and this. And you're going to have to blast your way into the underground portion of it. I believe underground there is a sentry turret, however, which I'm going to want to key you to sentries on, like so. That way when the sentries are turned off, even these are turned off. And that should be good. Now I want to key the doors. These doors, I want you to open and close to... Wait, I didn't give you a name, did I? You are going to be cargo A, and then these doors should open and close to cargo A. Alright, so because of their personal sensors, when you walk into here, they'll open. But also, if you are flying and you fly over here, they'll open, and then you can fly your shuttle or whatever right into here to avoid being shot more by turrets. Then you can use this as like your little base and start going places. Assuming you don't want, you know, you're not going to try to take out all the turrets, which I have used the Advanced Reconnaissance Vanguard Goliath and attacked a city. Now, it wasn't a fully built city. It was just the city base. But it had all these turrets and those on top. And I attacked it, and I took out all the turrets and everything. And I can show you how I did that But if you're going to do, you know, because of the way that the Goliath flies, it makes it difficult for people to hit it and all. And you'll see more about the Goliath in my Advanced Reconnaissance Vanguard single-player series eventually. Hopefully soon, actually, because it should be one of the next things that I do. But anyway, so now that I've got all that set up, I've got the cargo in here, I've got all this set in here, I'm going to go ahead and save it one more time so that if anything happens, Zirax City 8 will be saved. I'm going to actually not put these in just yet. I'm going to see what you guys think about this episode and see what you guys want. If you want to see me put all those in there, it'll probably just be repetitive and boring. But if you guys want to see me put them in there, you know, I'll record me putting them in there. Also, you know, getting the lay of it, you know, of the city and all that. I mean, there's a lot more slots here than for that. And I can add, you know, other things like, where is it? This restaurant. I've got a Zirax restaurant here that I've got one in the drone base city, City 10 over there. And I'm probably going to have one or more in here, but its temporary name is Pop Axe's Tiny Human Snack Cakes. As a little reference to my good buddy Zanfin's Tiny Human Snack Cake Zirax news broadcast during the Empyrion Iron Man challenges. And yeah, if you want to, you know, check that out, he's a funny guy. He's, you know, a little bit hilarious. He played with us for a while in the multiplayer, and I wish he would keep playing with us, but apparently he's not going to. I don't know why. Probably personal reasons, like you know, either time or whatever. But you know, Zanfin's a cool guy. Go ahead, check out his channel. It's Zanfin GMR, and yeah, in any case, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this little creative mode tutorial / look at what I'm doing for my my custom scenario. If you guys want to see more about the custom scenario, leave a comment down below. Let me know. I've been doing a few videos of tests of the scenario with, you know, with Vanitas and without, and, you know, just testing different things. A lot has changed in even the starts that you've already seen, because I'm continually updating and learning new things and stuff. So hopefully when Alpha 8 does hit and the larger planets come into effect and I can do more stuff with the biomes and stuff, you'll have a wider variety of planet biomes on single planets and the like, and my planets will be a lot more interesting. But hopefully it won't mess up the stuff that I've done. I mean, I might have to go back and redo the entire planets, but at least my POIs won't be affected. So all the work I'm putting into the POIs should stay the same. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit the like button for me. And if you want to see more Empyrion Galactic Survival, go ahead and subscribe. I'm KnowItAllDM, and as always, y'all have a good day now. Woohoo!